So that's it. Now that's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I just wanted to let you know that that is the way my operation goes. It's a really late disclaimer is what it is. So Holyrood, Kansas. We are loaded up with 38,000 pounds of beef trimmings coming out of Dodge City en route to South Sioux City, Nebraska. This is where we camped out last night. Nice quiet lot. We're letting first class warm up, get all of our juices flowing, walking the German around, and then we're gonna get on the road. Not sure how much further we're gonna go up. We're gonna stop, grab us some fuel. We did book another load for once we get back up to the city. Head back south. Not that far. We're just going to run down to Topeka for a quick load. Mama says 11 days is too long out. It's time to come home. here, Hope. Yeah, you heard me right earlier when I said Mama says that 9-10 days is too far out, and she's right on the money. It is. I will fully admit that I am not a full-time truck driver. It's usually 3-4 days out, then we're right back home. And well, this trip I figured we'd kind of experiment a little bit. We're spending 10 days out by the time we get home here in a couple days. Yes. And was it worth it? No. No. You always hear hear people say you got to work harder to make what you used to back in the day. In the trucking world, you got some bad breath. Yeah, you do. In the trucking world, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work like I gotta work twice as hard to make what I used to make. It's I have to spend twice as much money to make what I used to make. No, first class is not broke down. This morning when we were walking around it making sure everything was good to go, I seen it was a little low on coolant. So I'm just letting her cool down, gonna add a gallon of coolant, and then we'll be back on the road. You see, when you're running your normal 3 to 4 days out on the road, you're usually staying within 600, maybe within 700 miles of home. And if you're running dedicated freight, you know the road, you know where you want to do things, you know where every single hole is in the road. You can dip and dive and you don't get beat up. Versus if you're going to stay out for like 10 days per se, you're going to venture out a little bit further. You're going to go out into the countryside a little bit more. That Highway 283 coming out of Texas in the last video going up to Dodge City, Kansas. I had never taken that road before. I've been on 283, just not that stretch. I didn't know where all the holes were, and my truck found them in a real big hurry. So that just means more wear and tear. The more wear and tear, it's the more money you have to spend. So you want to run longer out to make more money. Well, you're going to spend more money to make that more money. So it better be a huge amount of money that you're making. It's not like, hey boss, I need some overtime this week. I have some big bills coming up. So you go into work and you work that overtime and you get the more money. You're not out any money. You're just out your own time. You're not out a dime to work your overtime. To work your overtime in the trucking world, you're out a few dimes. We are pulling into the lion's belly himself. Dun dun dun! Where'd you go, dog? There you are. Screenshot. That's okay. They are closed up over here at the scale. We're just off of Interstate 80 right now in Nebraska. Just east of Lincoln, Nebraska. Letting the German do his thing. One last thing about the whole being gone 10 days, is it worth it, stuff like that. That is me, guys. That's my operation. That's the way I do things, not you. So just remember that. Everybody runs different out here in trucking. This Topeka load that we're going to pick up either tonight or tomorrow, if I could get 4 of those a week, it would make just as much money as being gone from the house for 10 days. Unfortunately, I'm struggling to get 1 a week. That's why we stretched our legs out just a little bit more than usual on this last run, was to basically find work, because all this work that is closer to me is being taken up. So that's it. Now that's it. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I just wanted to let you know that that is the way my operation goes. It's a really late disclaimer is what it is. So hopefully no one was yelling already in the comments about that. You know, I once had somebody ask me, "Hey Schmidt, how long does it take you to vacuum your truck out since you have to do it so often?" My response was, am I recording it or am I just doing it? If I'm recording it, 15 minutes. If I'm just doing it, 5 minutes. They laughed. They probably thought I was a dork, like they're all right there. All right, let's get back on the road, get some trucking in. definitely took a picture of that. Opie in front of the McDonald's sign, he'd be in heaven, but McDonald's is closed. I'm hoping to actually get McGriddle. Hoping to get a McGriddle in the morning. We've made it up to South Sioux City. We've dropped our loaded trailer off, and now we are bobtailing right there. The trailer that we're going to take down to Topeka, Kansas isn't quite ready yet, and the way it sounds, it's not going to be ready till tomorrow morning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to camp out right here, because that way first thing in the morning, or let's face it, mornings, no, whenever I wake up, I can just run over to Peterbilt and grab that new air dryer. If you caught, gosh, that video's been a little bit ago now, it was last week, our air dryer went bad on us. Then we replaced it with another air dryer, and then that air dryer is giving us fits. So I'm going to take that air dryer back and get another air dryer, and that should take care of things right there. That should work. And then we'll throw that on and head south. Other than that, I have nothing. I have nothing. I always laugh when I say that. I always say, other than that, I have nothing. But I've spoke all day and I've talked all day to you guys. It's kind of weird. When I'm in the truck, me and Opie, we really don't talk a whole lot. Every once in a while I hear strike up a conversation, and we'll talk probably for a good 15-20 minutes, but after that we really don't talk much, and it's just a quiet ride because I don't listen to the radio. So when I pick the camera up and I start talking to it, sometimes I talk a lot. So I spend some time editing, and I realize I'm doing that right now. You guys stay safe. As always, I'll see you next time. Some may ask why I make my sandwiches on my bed versus that beautiful countertop that I have in my food cupboard. Well, because a certain somebody thinks he needs the whole bed. Now I could move him, which is an act of God. I would literally sit on him and he would not move. He would not go side to side. The most you can get him to move is here, go to that corner right over there and sit there and sniff my food while I make it. So I make my peanut butter sandwiches on my bed. You're responsible for the crumbs. I love you. You say, Jew, I love you.